Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is something slightly different and we are talking about energy and generally how it is affecting ourselves and I assume majority of people. What brought this video on? I woke up last night and I almost felt like I had the steam coming out of my mouth. It was so cold in the bedroom. I spoke to my husband. We do work, work different shifts. He works nights, so I'm normally at night time home alone. But I've noticed, and I asked him, he confirmed that he turned off the heating when he's gone to work. So basically, I haven't had any heating coming on in the evening. So when I woke up in the middle of the night, it was really cold. It was about 16 degrees, I think, in the bedroom, and it was absolutely freezing. We all know, obviously, pinch of times and everything else, everybody trying to save on the energy. Just to say, I'm wearing this extremely warm hoodie thing. It is 15 degrees in here. And it's actually warmed up by degrees since I got here and we're setting it all up. This is like our favorite room. And we used to spend a lot of time here, but in the winter there is no heating. We do not put the heating on in the majority of rooms apart from either the little baby lounge or obviously the bedrooms, ours and the toddlers. So it's all obviously due to the fact of whatever's happening with the economy and electricity. And I'm sure we're all the same, guys. We're all trying to cut corners there and there. But 15 degrees is pretty cold and 14 feels even worse. But having those jackets, it makes a difference. Anyway, guys, brings me on to, I've got my little paper here. The energy prices, right? And it's Christmas. It's now, we are December tomorrow, 1st of December tomorrow, and I'm a little bit worried, but I'm a little bit worried. We normally have loads of lights, Christmas trees, and basically I love Christmas like everybody or majority of the people, and I like to have a lot of lights. And of course with the prices of electricity, it's sort of a bit like I don't think we should be doing this year. So we made a choice, but that'd be a different thing for a video. Basically, we're scaling down the Christmas quite a lot. Anyway, my point is coming up to, if you guys heard, obviously, you know, we had the price cap of £2,500 for our electricity, which is meant to be continuing until like April next year. However, it's no longer the case. So our little cap of £2,500, it's meant to be increasing by what they say is a 20% from January, but they are quoting the price of like £4,279. That currently includes the our £66 a month that we all get in as a discount. So basically, the price will be going up by 20%, and it works out to be around, they're just short of like £4,000. So I'm not into like sort of figures. I don't like to. I read the figures, you know, guys, they'll throw in this is how much it costs you per this and per kilowatt hours, and this is the average usage, and it's all really so confusing for many people. For me, as a person that cooks, all I want to know really, and many of us probably want to know, is how much it's going to cost me to cook my dinner. So anyway, I'm just going to briefly go through the figures with you, right? So our electricity currently is 33.97 pence per kilowatt hour. And 46p standing charge. That means regardless of what you use, it'll cost you, or they'll charge you 46 pence a day, which is a little bit ridiculous. It works out to be £167.90 per year just for the daily charge. So per average family, their quoting is 2,900 per year, so it's 985 and 13 pence of usage of electricity. So gas currently is 10 pence per kilowatt hour, so it works out to be it's an average yearly usage of 12,000 kilowatts, so it's £1,200, and the 28p standing charge, which brings it to £102.20 a year. Nonetheless, so basically this is all total comes up to that £2,500 roughly what we're paying now. So if the stuff is going to be increasing by 20%, so it brings that roughly to 2,946, providing the standing charge is not going to go up. So in a cooker terms, and it's like I've seen many channels, many people, we all obviously struggling when we're all panicking to what's going to happen next, because the next review of the price cap is going to be 27th of February 2023, and of course they review this every 3 years, and well, where is it going to go? Certainly doubtful it's going to go down. So pretty sure that cap is going to be rising and rising. So as basically December, approaches as of tomorrow, we are as a family making a conscious choices, because certainly price is going to go up as of January. So kind of thinking, well, let's try to save a little bit energy off now. You might have already been doing this anyway, but because it's Christmas, Christmas is kind of based around gifts and electricity, because the light's meant to be everywhere. But anyway, just to give you a rough idea before I digress though, the 20% increase, right? So which brings us to like £4,279, but doesn't include the discount. So anyway, so increasing by 20%, that's the rough idea. So in the cooker terms, right, whoever you have like a air fryer, on average they're using like 1,000 watts. So basically in all terms, it's cost us 34 pence per hour to run our air fryer per hour, which is not really that bad. On the 15 minutes term, if you only frying up some chips or whatever, it's like 8.5 pence per hour, which is kind of sounds a bit doable. In the new terms, going up by 20%, is going to be 41 pence an hour and 10p for 15 minutes. It doesn't kind of sound like a huge increase, but if you genuinely add this up throughout the whole year, and this is not the only electrical item we use. So if you think you add it up, of course, we understand where the prices start to come up. So comparing it to the ovens, the normal conventional ovens, and I have two, and I've been using them as a storage because I was no longer allowed to use my ovens to cook my roast dinners and dinners. So the price, right? I know it's laughing, but I love cooking, right? However, cooking channel, I cook, but apparently the ovens, and I totally understand, and I know a few of you have stopped doing this. The normal oven is 300 600 kilowatts. I have two of them, two double ovens, and when I do roast dinner, I use two ovens, and I use the hob as well, so it kind of adds up to like a lot of money. So as an old price, just single oven is £1.22 per hour. And the new price would be roughly £1.47 per hour. So if I do roast chicken and I do roast dinner, I use two ovens, two of them, and it's kind of normally for a couple of hours, but that time you warm it up, and then I use the hob to do vegetables. So we're talking pushing £10 to do a roast dinner. So that's why I'm no longer allowed to do roast dinners any more often than about once a month. I've started using the my little air fryer stuff. I've got the little round ones with the trays, and I also have one of the little ones that's like basically like a mini oven with the shelves. It's really tiny, but it's kind of for three of us, it kind of works. But they do save you quite a lot of money. As an average, guys, I worked out per the small increase or large increase of the electric stuff, just running your oven for that 15 minutes, your air fry for 15 minutes alone, increase in price will cost us £5.50 just for that 15 minutes alone. Of course, we have more other electricals and everything else that's going up in price, but this is basically that. So, yeah, brings me on to we are, let's say, struggling, but it's cold. We're doing the best as we can, and of course, we're trying to prepare for the food preps for everything else. But we're all in the same boat, really, guys. We're all trying to cut down on everything, really. To be fair, I don't remember last time we used to we're going out for dinner. We drove past the pub the other day. I'm like, oh look, there's a building. We used to go in there sometime before. What was that? Oh yeah, we used to have a dinner or drink once in a while. But yeah, forgotten about that. It's been really, really a long time. So things have been sort of deteriorating over the time. But basically, the way we're also trying to, let's say, protect ourselves, but just to save from this electricity impact thing, is we're trying to, probably comes as natural to maybe some of you, is to basically to turn electrics off. We have office on the third floor on the top, and basically he turns it off every time we're not working, or I'm not working because I work from home. He turns off the whole floor, literally shuts it off. And you've done a test before and basically find out that you can quite save quite a lot of money. I know they're saying if you have the TV on the standby, everything else, it kind of like, you can save like £10 a year, whatever. It doesn't seem like a lot. However, we found by turning it off on the consumer box that we have, it actually makes quite a bit of difference on a daily basis when we actually totally turn it off on the wall. I don't suggest that you guys go and do without talking to electrician or whatever. Don't go and sort of start fiddling with your electrics on there, but this is what we do. We, in the weekend especially, or when we're not working, the switch goes off and literally the last floor just get totally shut down of power, which is easier. But don't forget, you can obviously turn it off on the wall yourself, going individually and do as much as you can, and you will be literally surprised at how much power you can actually save. Daniel's got a little app on his phone where we can monitor our usage. We don't have like smart meter display thing because our company refuses to give us one, but he's doing it through whatever app there. Anyway, so we can monitor. So every time we use something, we can monitor how much it was saving. And apparently using one of those things actually gives you quite a good idea that you can actually save quite a lot. So anyway, is also another thing there. There's an app that he found apparently for all of you who's interested or were interested of participating in the scheme when the electricity company gives you money off. If you won't able to, for whatever reason, obviously your meter probably is quite old, there is an app that he found, which I'll put in the link down below, that you apparently can put the link to from your app. You can take a code of your meter and basically they talk together. And you can have optional times when you can basically cut your energy cost if they ask you to. And apparently you collect points and you can spend the points on things to buy, and like electrical sockets or little timers, whatever else that you can buy. But basically it sounds like a good idea, because technically if you already have a smart meter anyway, there's no way out of that. So it couldn't possibly get worse of let's try to get some discount money off from there anyway. So it brings me to you guys basically literally to Christmas December is tomorrow, 1st of December, and we are just gonna try our best now to say skimp on Christmas, and not skimping on Christmas, but as I said, we're not gonna use much electricity because all the lights, you can imagine, like, I know, and I adore these people that like totally light up their house, and I know it's only it's like 1 month, right? 1 month of the only pleasure we have left. It's Christmas and everybody's get excited, or we're trying to get excited. But because of things are so tough, I'm sort of stuck between Christmas and then feeling of the fear what's going to happen in sort of January, February. Because obviously, yes, they're going to review the cap. So it's going to go up. And then in the 3 months time, when is this going to stop? And, we're talking about, say, if as an average consumer is to per usage, we probably worked out we're probably going to be like a few £100 worse off in the year just for the electricity alone. But our house, because we live in a village, and a lot of villages are in oil, and this is like really horrible thing that basically we have an oil tank. It's 1,200 litre tank, I think 1,200 litre, that sits in our garden, and you have pipes coming in from underneath from the garden into your house, into your boiler. So not at all that our boiler is obviously it's electricity when it comes on. It consumes oil. And to give you an example how bad it is for many of us who have oil, and it's horrible, and we can't really get out of it because to change that, it's quite expensive. We're talking thousands of pounds to get rid of oil and change to the gas, considering the whole village doesn't have gas coming into the village. So in the best of times, to fill up 500 litres for the tank, it's costed us about £75. That was a really, really bargain price. As an average, it was then fluctuating between £120 and maybe £170. Well, to give you an idea, the last time we filled up, it's costed us about £600. This is for 500 litres. Our tank is 1,200 litres. So in a peak time when I was pregnant a few years back, we've gone through 500 litres in a space of 6 to 8 weeks. That's astronomical amount of money. Although the price of gas now, the oil gone up to 77 pence 99 per litre, but you can imagine it's not something we can do like on a monthly basis. It's got to be bought, and it has to be bought in minimum 500 litres. So we're put in the position, yes, of course, we're trying to save up and put the money away for basically have the money in the piggy bank to then pay out a few £100 for the oil. But it's very hard considering, because I'm torn, as I'm a prepper, as you know, I'm torn between like food, between like Christmas gifts and just things, because we've got a child as well, and it's very, very tough. But yes, the heating and the food, and this is the things that are clashing, because of course we need to put away money for the heating, because unfortunately also the times when they had the COVID, it's not only the price that was a problem, is when you're on oil, if there is no deliveries, there is no oil available, money can't buy you. It's basically, if they don't have it, we don't have heating or hot water. Whether we say with electricity, you can have it, but you got to pay for the roof. Unfortunately, with oil, if you can't get oil, there is nothing we can do. And we have been through this situation, and as I was, I think, about 3 months pregnant at the time, they couldn't deliver it because it was basically like a price war going on. So we got oil a bit cheaper, some ended up paying more, so they cancelled our earlier orders. So basically I was pregnant in a house with no heating and potentially with no hot water within literally imminently, because the company chose to deliver it somewhere else. But nonetheless, this is ideal for you guys to, if somebody's unsure about the electrical cost and how it affects people, although the figures I gave you, like small increases, that's feel very small, but there's other things that also impact, especially here in UK. I don't know if any other countries have oil anyway, that impacts literally the standard of living big time. And yes, of course, yes, I choose to but I choose to buy food, because I think I can but I can live without the heating and hot water for longer than I can live without the food. So this is where my choice is coming from anyway. So anyway, guys, this was just a vloggy video, like I said. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and please comment below, guys, if you have any comments, any ideas how you guys feel that you saving money or electricity, and let me know if you are guys doing any changes for Christmas, because we're certainly going to be making a lot of them, and I will make another video with a budget dinner for Christmas as well. So anyway, please comment below, thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.